The Minnesota House Chamber is a place where important legislative work occurs among representatives.
I want to thank them very much for the effort.
That work can take many forms, from arguing a point to collaborating on legislation.
Member from Anoka, Representative Scott.
But while the House Chamber is a place of work, it is also a place of art. The brushstroke that created such masterful murals seen in the chamber comes from Elmer Garnsey. Cass Gilbert, the architect of the state capitol, chose Garnsey, a New York artist, to be the director of decoration in the building, including the House of Representatives chamber. Work to construct this glorious government building began in 1896. At the time, Garnsey was one of the most famous muralists in the country. Inside the House Chamber looks at his artwork for the ages from a historical, symbolic, and aesthetic point of view. According to Brian Pease, the Minnesota State Capitol Historic Site Manager, Garnsey's work interweaves beauty with a rich sense of history and Minnesota's French heritage.
You look at LaSalle, Duluth, Hennepin, and Pro were those early French explorers who were coming here in the 1680s. So that ties into kind of the first European look at what Minnesota would become eventually as a 32nd state.
The great arch above the speaker's desk also draws on history, featuring the opening line of the Declaration of Independence, written by Thomas Jefferson, and a quote from Patrick Henry, both inscribed in gold leaf. The paintings do not just represent state and federal history, however, they also showcase the state's bountiful resources.
If you look closer to the designs around all of those names, you'll see floral designs, things that would be kind of typical of a northwestern state or something you'd find in the woods or the prairies. And if you look in the top, there's also women's faces that have like a large kind of a headdress of bounty of products of the state that have letter M's also as part of the decorations to tell you that this is Minnesota's state capital.
Other artwork created by Garnsey is centered in deep significance and symbolism.
Above each of the galleries, looking over the House Chamber, there are some kind of decorative motifs that has, as you mentioned, an hourglass with an owl sitting on top of that, which symbolizes to use the time wisely. And also, of course, when you ever have a scale of justice, is to look at things equally, to make sure things are done equal for the people represented.
Like all things, age took its toll on the artwork of the House Chamber, which had originally opened in 1905.
There was water damage on some of the murals on the ceiling.
During a major restoration of the House Chamber between 1989 and 1990, some of the artwork surface was cleaned, repainted, and repairs were made. The work even revealed a design that had been covered by a layer of paint. The restored murals helped to breathe life and beauty back into the chamber. It's not just the artwork on the ceiling or the walls that draws your eye. There's other splashes of color that add to the aesthetics of the chamber.
When I came into the house in '77, those 2 years, we almost always had fresh flowers on the front desk. And by '89, we very seldom had fresh flowers, and so I remembered how beautiful those flowers were.
Although the flowers are not fresh anymore, Representative Murphy says the faux floral are the next best thing.
At the beginning, they were flowers that grew in Minnesota, and I think these are all representative of that. These would grow in somebody's yard throughout, from the north to the south of Minnesota.
Whether it's flowers or the artwork that are representative of Minnesota, each add aesthetic value to the chamber and stay true to the rest of the Minnesota State Capitol, which is filled with breathtaking beauty.
What you see here is just really kind of a snapshot of parts of the rest of the building, because there's all kinds of motifs and stencil work throughout the building that typifies Minnesota products or Minnesota history. And so this is a neat combination of incorporating what's outside the chamber inside the chamber together.
The touches of artist Elmer Garnsey can be seen throughout the Capitol and country, including in the Library of Congress, the Iowa State Capitol, and parts of the interior decoration of the Wisconsin Capitol. During his career, Garnsey would become a longtime collaborator of Cass Gilbert's. Their collaboration at the Minnesota State Capitol and the House Chamber has left an enduring monument to history, symbolism, and beauty. Although the House Chamber is a place of work, from time to time, representatives can't help but be inspired by the elegance of the exceptional muralist Elmer Garnsey.